All right, everybody, welcome. Day 24. Ooh, the theme is explore. And so we're going to explore the inner side of see, hear, feel. I'll try and keep it some light guidance, but basically we're going to explore the see in with our eyes closed, the hear in, our internal dialogue and thoughts, and then the feel in, which is the emotional body. And we'll just try and float within that range of categories. The inside of see, hear, and feel. We'll see you there. All right, everybody, let's get started. I'm ready to get settled into a nice upright posture now, if you can. And if that's not available to you, you just do the best with what you got. And we can go ahead and close our eyes as we get started. And for those of you who prefer, you can always do a soft gaze over the tip of your nose, but this works best with the closed eyes. And let's just do 3 nice deep breaths together. You can start with a nice in breath, maybe stretching up a little bit. And as we exhale, settle into a nice upright posture as we can. And then on the second deep inhale, same thing, try and support a nice upright posture on the inhale, and then as we exhale, settle into position. A nice upright spine if it's available to you. A nice big deep third inhale. And on the exhale, this one, we just let everything of the day go. Settling into our practice. We're going to work with the inner side of see, hear, and feel. So I'll just do a little tour real quick, and then we can free float our attention after that. So I invite you to direct your attention to the see in. What do you see in right now? What's going on? Is there imagination, colorful characters? Is it just colors blending together, or is it inactive? It doesn't really matter. We're just simply observing what we see when our eyes are closed, whether it's active or restful. And then we're going to transition to the hear in from the see in. The hear in is where we hear our inner dialogue, or if we get an earworm of music that keeps repeating, that's where that music is inside your head, the hear in space. And similarly, if it's quiet when you go to listen to the hear in, and just restful, that's still the hear in space where your attention is. You're just listening to the silence. We've transitioned from our seeing to the hearing. That's where our focus is now, but inner dialogue. And whether you've noticed anything to hear or not, let's continue on to the feel. And feeling is our emotional body. So that's where we would feel emotions within our body. You can just do a check-in. How do you feel right now? Content, anxious, peaceful, joyful, loving, sad, stress, wherever, whatever is there. How is that feel in arising? How does it present itself? How does it feel? And then we're just kind of soaking into the feeling, working on our equanimity as we just simply observe it, wherever it is. Maybe we notice there might be some interplay between the see in, hear in, and feel in categories. We can always divide and conquer. Notice how a mental image can lead to a mental thought, which can lead to a feeling or emotion. Tracking the flow of our attention as it moves between all three. And then allowing two of the categories to fall to the background and just dialing in on one of the categories at a time. You can support that with the label see, hear, or feel. If your mind starts to wander to concerns of this event or that event or future things or past events, and you start to see images, that's part of this. We would just notice that our attention is then in see and label it see. Or an inner dialogue accompanies that. That would be here. The idea is just to focus on one thing at a time. Pay no mind to the other aspect. Your in comes and it wants to trap you in the content. Maybe just say here and then observe the contour of the inner thought not necessarily the content. Is it loud? Is it soft? You recognize the voice. Is it your voice? Where is it spatially located within your hear experience? Between the ears, front of the mind, back of the head. Tease out these details rather than get caught up in the content, the actual words and meaning. Let the meaning go. You're doing great. And if you notice that you get caught up in the content of imagination, just notice when that happens. And then note, which category was I imagining in? Was it see, hear, feel, a combination? And then just divide and pick one element and observe the contour of the element. Something challenging arises and don't want to work with it right now, you can anchor away into an external see, hear, feel if needed to reground yourself and regroup. And then maybe go back and explore the see, hear, feel in at your leisure when you're more suited to work with it. Otherwise, you can just remain on the inner side of see, hear, and feel, untangling the categories as they arise, the internal see, hear, and feel. Uh, Wherever you're at, We'd like to go ahead and start wrapping it up now and bringing your attention back to the foreground and back to the screen here. If your eyes are closed, you can open them up and return back to home base here. All right, mahalo. Thank you for joining me. As a fun exploration of the inner side of see, hear, feel. A great way to follow up our exploration of the outer side of space from the previous day. So, all right, day 24 in the books. We'll see you tomorrow, day 25. Mahalo. Aloha.